everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Shannon. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking all about Christmas books that I've read and have enjoyed, or ones that are on my to-be read list that I've heard a lot of good things about. So we'll get started right away here. I don't have any physical copies of the ones I have read except for one, because I got them from my library to borrow or borrowed them from somebody else, so I don't have them with me here at my house, because I always go to my library to look for books, because then I don't have to buy them, and then in case I don't like one, then all that stuff. But I'll get right into it and tell you, and then I'll try to insert pictures of them either before or after or during I'm talking to show you what the cover of the book looks like. So the first one I have is called Kiss Me in New York by Catherine Ryder. It's about two of these people who are recently heartbroken, or got broken up with or something along those lines, and they get stuck in New York City on Christmas Eve, and they're stuck at the airport because of a big snowstorm. So they somehow run into each other, and then they decide to go on this holiday adventure in New York City since they're stuck there for a while. I really enjoyed that one. It was a nice little love story and brings the magic of Christmas with it. And they're in New York City, so you hear about all the holiday lights and the snow and everything, so I liked that one. My next one is called Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe by Melissa de la Cruz. So it's kind of like a more modern take on Pride and Prejudice. So the girl's name is Darcy in this case. She goes home for Christmas, and they have a big Christmas party with all their neighbors and everything. And her one neighbor is Luke Bennett. And, one thing leads to another, and you hear all about their adventure and what goes on and how the party ends up and everything like that. The next one I have wasn't necessarily my favorite Christmas book, but it was pretty good, especially if you like YA books. It was called Snow in Love, and it's actually 4 mini stories in one. So there's a mini story by Casey West, one by Amy Friedman, one by Melissa de la Cruz, who wrote the last book I talked about, and then one by Nick Stone. So one of them's a snowy road trip or something like that you hear about. One is a Hanukkah. You hear about Hanukkah a little bit, so it gives you a little bit of a different holiday. One is a present exchange that they talk about, and there's a plot twist with it. And then the last one is another airport one, and there's a scavenger hunt at the airport. So that one, like I said, wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it was decently good. My next two kind of go together, and you've probably heard of these ones. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares is the first one, and then the second one is The 12 Days of Dash and Lily. And these are by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. I don't know if I said their names right, but you know what I'm saying. They actually just made this into a Netflix series, just the first book, so I'm really hoping they'll make the second book, because I actually really enjoyed the series. It's a mini series. I think there was 8 or 10 episodes in it, but anyways, the book is about Dash and Lily, and Lily leaves this notebook in a bookstore and sends someone on an adventure she's like, if you want to go on this adventure, then we might be able to meet up and all this kind of stuff. So it's really sweet. And then the next one, so that's at one Christmas, and then the second book is at the following Christmas it takes place. So there's 2 of them in that one. And they were both good. I liked both of those ones. My next one is probably one of my all-time favorite Christmas books. I read it almost every year around Christmas time. It's called Let It Snow, and it's 3 mini stories by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. It's 3 mini stories in one, but they're intermixed, so it's really good. It's also a Netflix movie that came out last year. However, the movie is different from the book, but that book is one of my all-time favorites. I love how the stories intermix, but yet they're all so different. So there's a little bit, of friendship in them, of love, snow, obviously, crazy holiday adventures, and all the kind of things that happen with holidays. The next one is the one I do have. I just finished reading this one. It's called One Day in December by Josie Silver. I had heard a lot of wonderful things about this book, and it was good. It took me a while to get into it, I'm not gonna lie, but once I got into it, I couldn't put it down. It was really good. It takes place over like 10 years, which is kind of crazy to me, but I really did enjoy it. It, you know, has a lot of different things in it. It has friendship, love, like I said, Christmas, but then there's also like times from other days in the book, like it tells you the days. So, like this one's from March 23rd. And I also like that it's told from two different people's perspectives, so that was a really good one. Highly recommended this one. A little more adult though, not so much young adultish. I would go more adult with this one. And then I have a few other ones from the library that I wanted to share that I am planning on reading. So like I said, I just finished that one. My next one is going to be this one. It's called In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. I've heard many wonderful things about this. Let's see. I was just going to give you a quick thing. Yeah, so it's this like a girl who's with her family, and like she goes on the same day over and over again. So I'm interested to see how this one will play out, like how they'll make that work in a book, but I'm excited to see how it is. And then the next one, or ones I should say, is called the Moose Springs series by by Sarah Morgenthaler. I think I'm saying that right. There's 2 books right now, and the third one comes out in January. So this is the first one, the tourist attraction, and these books take place in like a little mountain town called Moose Springs. I don't know if it says exactly what state, but I'm sure I'll figure out. Look at there. Oh, Alaska, I believe. So there's this one that I will read, and then the second one is Mistletoe and Mr. Right. And then the third one is Enjoy the View, and that one, like I said, comes out in January, but I'll include a picture of the book so you can see at the cover. But I'm excited for these ones. I've heard a lot of good things, that they're really enjoyable books, but I've also heard that they're for older ages, like more adult books, but I'm excited to see what they're all about. So I'll have to keep you updated on those ones that I'm reading. But that is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you comment down below, subscribe, like my channel, all of those, like my video, all those kinds of things. And if you have any other Christmas books that you really enjoy or think other people enjoy, drop them down below so we can help fellow readers out. With that, I'll see you soon with another video. Have a fantastic week. Bye.